So then, let's talk about Euro US dollar and its technical outlook. We're going to go straight in. Again, using that same approach of looking at the news that's coming out, strength and weakness analysis, and then the conditions surrounding that particular market. So let's dive straight into the news. We actually had some really interesting data out of the US today. We had the core CPI and CPI data out. Month on month increased to 0.4%, and it wasn't expected. We were actually expecting a little bit of a decline. However, this is the third straight time now that inflation has remained fairly sticky. You can see here CPI year on year actually rose to 3.5%, up from 3.2%. And it becomes the question now, are the Fed going to cut rates? Now, the June meeting was expected to see a decline, or sorry, a cut, and it was priced in at around 50.8% by the CME FedWatch tool. That has now decreased to 20%. So market participants really starting to think that the Fed aren't going to cut rates anytime soon. And that's going to put some upward pressure on the US dollar, and that's what we're seeing at the moment. However, we have Euro data tomorrow. We have ECB President Lagarde speaking, as well as the ECB interest rate decision, expecting to hold interest rates at around about that 4.5%. Now, I am expecting a pretty dovish tone to come from the ECB President Lagarde, and that could obviously continue to put downward pressure on euro dollar at the moment. So just kind of add a little bit of strength and weakness analysis in here. We can see that the dollar, strongest currency, it's this red line here, strongest currency at the moment. Euro kind of just in the positive territory, not anything significant though. Let's go take a look at the conditions and the price action then. That's what we're all here for. We all like looking at the charts. This has been today's price action so far. CPI data in the US has driven price to the downside into this very key level, which is that 1.0750. A breach below this level could see price breach the 1.07 lows, which were formed in February. So that would be a very, very interesting point for me. I think if we were to see 1.07 break, where's the kind of next areas of resistance? Well, obviously we've got sort of resistance towards these lows and these lows, but significantly down towards 1.0475 with these lows that were formed back in September of 2023. They could be overall targets for sellers in this market. I've also noted some trend lines here. You can see I've got 3 trend lines or 4 trend lines running through. The reason why I'm looking at those is it's showing me the acceleration within the overall trend. So what I like to look for is, what are the conditions surrounding in the market? Are we in an upward trend, downward trend, or in a range? I would say, if I was to kind of look at it from here onwards, that the market is more in a downward trend. So let's just put this into the perspective. The Federal Reserve might not be cutting interest rates. That is going to be positive US dollar. ECB, we're expecting President Lagarde to be fairly dovish in tone, not cutting rates in this meeting, but are they going to cut rates in the next meeting? That creates a differential between central banks. Fed probably holding, ECB looking to potentially cut. That could be a trading opportunity. Euro dollar could move to the downside because of that. Is it going to go in a straight line? No. But what we could be looking for, anticipating, is that if we breach this 1.07 area, it could lead to some further downside in the market. Alternatively, if we find support here and we bounce, there may be around these swing highs that have formed recently, could be an area where the market continues to drive lower, especially on euro dollar. Don't really see the bullish outlook here at the moment. The only thing I would say is the risk is if President Lagarde says that there's no reason to cut rates anytime soon, and I don't see that happening right now. Europe and the US in completely different situations at the moment, so I like the idea of a potential downside here for euro dollar. Thanks for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the video, and I'll see you soon.